Check, check. All right. So hopefully we can get something for the for the channel on the fire move stuff. What do you think is better for YOLO to pass evals, fire move, end of session, or open fire at 9:30? They both work. I mean, you can't go bi-directional on the fire move at the end, but if you go heavy and you really only need, I only use 5 points for a stop loss whenever I take this, um, and I just try to make sure my stop is going to be, you know, with 5 points, right? I've got that in my mind, and I want to be able to catch, as much of this as possible. So if I put 5 points down here, and a little bit extra, so I'm trying to get in pretty much after, we run on, one good run on this stop. I'm going to get in and trust this 5 points to cover me. Maybe I don't get all of it, depending on what happens, but I'm trusting maybe that it's not going to take all of it. It's just you either do that or you pull it down, and sometimes I'll do both. I might give it an extra point or whatever, just depending on what happens. But with a 5 point stop, you can risk um, $500 a point, and that's all your drawdown. At $2,500, if it's a 50K account, you're going to kill the account. So you get 5 points basically at full port max contracts. So you can take the trade just like you would any other day, and it has that high possibility to run 10, 20 points. And it's a good, if the setup's there, it's a great YOLO eval passer. I don't know how else to say it, but I passed a good number of trades like that. Um, and you can kind of see, I've only done the bidirectional thing once, and it took like less than 2 minutes to pass the eval. I've done the fire move pass quite a bit more, but here's why: is you get these moves that are, like this, right? This is what you're looking for. This was a no trade day. Here, huge move, plenty move. This is the one I caught, I think, going both ways. Yeah, caught it going up, caught it coming back down, right? This is the scenario we'd be in right now, right? We go up, pop, take those equal highs or whatever, all-time high, and it just shoots back down. I'm getting in right here. There's just no reason for the market to go back up, and there's liquidity down here, so that's a good trade. A good trade, good. All these are, huge moves. I passed my 10 accounts on this one, on this trade. I knew it was coming because of what was over here and what was to the left. So there was liquidity over here to the left that this is reaching for here. I just didn't get it in the picture. But I was so confident that this was going to get taken. I started getting in here early, and I just pulled my stop down, and I was just holding it down here. This was my mental stop. This was my actual stop, was down here somewhere because I didn't want to get wicked through. And it just ripped, it just ripped, and all my accounts passed right here, and I just got out. But that's the potential. That's what's there sometimes. So I like that for the evals, for the YOLO. And very rarely, once it picks a direction, that's the way it goes. So um, there's usually not a lot of up and down, back and forth. You gotta be able to fade that first fake. If there's one fake, it's going to come early. You got to have enough stop loss to kind of handle it as it pushes down, and then once it turns around, you're pretty much good. Yeah, maybe we get a sweep, right? Maybe we do get the push up, and then a dump down here somewhere. If that's what's going to happen, the push up is going to come quick. I'm going to wait and see if it starts. It just depends on how far down it comes. If I can get 5 points going up, and I don't ever target the very, very, very top, right? I come back at least, so that's at 50, 20 even, like 3 ticks. I'm not going to fight for that. A lot of times it'll drive right up here and just stall, and and maybe not even take the top. So just from experience and having my my dreams crushed right here, I don't do that anymore. In fact, I give it a point or so. Okay, so now I have a target there. I don't really need that. So from 16 to 19.25, there's not really enough meat on the bone unless it comes down first. Then maybe we can catch this one both ways. That'd be cool. I don't have that on video yet, so we'll see. It's really crappy price action though. This is such shit. I mean, I hate this, man. That's just so ugly. Um, and I have no problem missing all of this through the day. I have no desire to trade this, right? But this move at the end uh, is not as easy to create this kind of trouble for us. Let's put it like that. There's plenty of time for the market to ebb and flow, swing and sway, show you one thing and deliver something else. Right here, it doesn't have the time, and that's it's time and price, right? If you can back the market into a corner where you have some kind of a edge in time and price, which right here we do. 244. I'm thinking if it comes early, maybe we come up and then come back down. I'm almost tempted to do this, man. I could easily get stopped out right here. That would technically be the run on stops. This 5 minutes right here is where all the trying to figure it out is. You can get in too early, and then it pushes down farther than you were prepared for. That was technically, this should have been my entry right here if it works out. I should have probably gotten in right here. This is, according to my rules, that's the run on stops to come back up and take the top. But I don't know that that's where it's going, right? I mean, I kind of doubt that it does. I don't know why I feel like it's not going up there, but now we ran. If we come down here and break these equal lows, I'm going to go long. Yeah, that would be the move. Right there, 5 points, brings me all the way down to here. Huge stop, plenty of room, but I want to catch the bottom. Oh shit, I'm in the wrong. I was almost going to execute on Ninja. What was I looking at? It doesn't look the same. Oh, because I'm looking at ES and this is MES. Oh, great. So we actually technically already took them. Sloppy, sloppy, sloppy. Still have, yeah, we have these equal lows here still, so we'll wait for that to get taken. If it punches down through there, right here somewhere. Are you kidding me? Come on. I want as much room as I can get going up. So if it wants to come down a point or two here, that would be great. It would actually give me enough to make it worthwhile going up. And I want to see a nice little pop down. It doesn't leave. Well, you know what? It could leave that because it's going to come back down most likely. Good chance of it. So I don't know if it has to take that right now. That could be a target coming back down. But that's the rule. Run on stops. Wait for the run on stops. It's got to create FOMO. Yeah, I know. I don't have my line up here. Let me get my line. So that would be 14 to 19, exactly 5 points. So we get this push right here. You know you want to. Come on. You know you want to. Do it. Big push. Give me that big wick. 248.
Order filled.
All right. That's it. Nothing else for me to do. And actually, I just take both right there probably if it goes back up. Plenty of room for a stop. If it comes all the way back down here, I was just wrong, right? I mean, it is what it is. 14.25. I got a 5-point stop, 5-point target. I usually do have to suffer a little bit of the, drawdown right here because I do get in early, not wanting to miss it. There are times when it just turns around and rips, and I want to be in it and trust that I've got enough space here. If it comes all the way back down here, then today just wasn't the day. Hey, Kaizen, right? It's 250 now, so, it's either going to, we'll know here in a second. But everything works. I mean, that's the counter move. It feels like I missed points right here, but I've just done it enough to where I don't want to miss it. And sometimes it'll, right after one run on stops, it turns around and rips the other way, and then you miss the trade. So get in. I had the 5 points that I wanted, so it was, it's worthwhile to take it. This wouldn't have made a difference. If my target's 5 points, then, this would have been bonus, but it's not worth missing the trade over. So.
Comes the money, 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 dollar, dollar.
I wish that song would go a little longer. I like that. And it cuts off kind of soon, but we ain't there yet. But it's it's heading in the right direction. I just don't know if it gets that all-time high, or that close to it. We'll have to see. So right in here is where I kind of start mitigating a little bit. From here, it's not going to come down here and then go back up. So if it comes down, most likely that's it. And then if we get a fair value gap to the upside, then I push up underneath that. But for right now, I mitigated almost 2 points, or took 2 points off of my loss if I do lose. Scraps, I gotta turn you down, man. You guys, sounds like you're on a motorcycle or something. Let me know if you want to talk. I'll pull you back up. And sometimes I do this, and I do a mental stop because 3 o'clock is still coming, and I don't know if there's earnings today. I should have looked. 425, so 425. I'm still a little bit above my 5 points, 3 ticks above where I was. So I want to get out. If it just bleeds down here slowly over time, then I get out here. If it's in this area and it just throws a wick down, and then sometimes it'll rip the other way, I don't want to get wicked out. There is earnings. Yeah, I know most of the bigger companies have already had theirs, so I wasn't too concerned. But I still should have looked. You don't want to blow a trade because you're too lazy to take 10 seconds to check the calendar. I don't see it coming all the way back down and then going up. I just don't. And as time runs out, a lot of times that last hour it will cover quite a bit of ground. So if it comes up here and takes this top and then starts pulling back, then that last hour could just be a bleed down to where it will pick these up. And another opportunity, but I generally am happy when I just catch the first one. And it could be a day where it just doesn't do shit. So, it happens. The best part of the move was, gone when it took these highs earlier. It took all that equal highs and all that liquidity. That was pretty much it. So. So, let's see what we get here. We want to definitely close this fair value gap. I think we did, but 55. It just plays with your emotions, man. It really does, So yeah, I could almost move up to here now. If it comes back here, then I don't think we're in good shape. Makes a new low here. Still 5 minutes though, but I'm thinking if it would hurry up and rush up here, I'd like to see it go up and then turn around, and come get this. I think it does probably. Either it gets it now or it comes up and comes back down. It's hard to believe all of this stays here. Makes it through the session. Somebody said they heard the order filled. I think I've got that as a sound too. I do.
Order filled.
Right? Fake people out.
Stop filled.
Pablo.
I've got all these different sounds now from different discords that I'm popping into. Phil says that's the way to get cool sounds. Go visit other discords. The ones from Deltax Trading are just often weird. Those people they're fun, but they're weird. Some of them. I think this is my favorite.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
That's trading, man. That is so trading. 257. Man. if it comes back down, I just can't. Uh, you're not supposed to marry your bias, but in this little period, sometimes I do because I just can't believe I've seen it do this so many times. I'm like, there's just no way it leaves that here, or no way it leaves this here. I guess it can't do both. $2 minutes. So 14.25. If it comes down a little bit, I may come back to my 5 points. I don't want to lose the trade over 3 ticks. I know that too, so I'm not comfortably below this low, and we still have the 3 o'clock candle coming, which a lot of times that's when there's a huge spike in volume. I mean, like you'll get 50, 60,000 contracts on a minute candle. Yes, I do. Pretty much always. Sometimes it's right at the bell, but yeah. See, I'm gonna pull this back to my 5 points and just give it that little bit more. So I can go to 925. All right, we're in good shape. You just never know. Sometimes it'll come back down one more time, and then a big, huge push right at 3 o'clock. And I don't want to get, like I said, it's not worth 3 ticks. I'll manage it when it makes sense. Like right now, I'm feeling pretty good about bringing it back up, but let's go.
Order canceled.
Beautiful. All right, so now 3 o'clock. We took that. Not a terrible short right here, honestly. There's enough time where now it bleeds back down here and takes out all this liquidity. All the volume coming in. Like, you go look at these candles now. Not a huge, 11,000 contracts on this minute candle here. That's probably going to be the high end of that. Right here would have been a good short, but I just pushed out. It's hard to take that one. I mean, you got the win in your belt, feeling good, and turn around and 2 minutes later you jack it up, but that's it, man. That's your YOLO play, fire move. You can pass an eval on that if you play it just like this. That's a pretty close to a past eval. Could have carried it up here to 6 points, and that would have been exactly $3,000. Play the music. Cue the music. Where is it? Money, 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 money.
Yeah. I'm better suck on this dick, though.
Wrong one.
Come some money.
Alright. Good shit, man. It's kind of a baby fire move, but it is what it is. This time it did go, it went to the top, but I wasn't going to take the chance, so I got exactly what I needed to give me the day I wanted. That's 10% on the cash account. I know. Hey, that came from the Deltax group, I believe. Yeah. No, that came from Odyssey. That came from AP's Discord. So,
Order filled.
I'm going to go short on this. I just am. I don't know why it didn't give me my, oh, there it is. And I'm going to just target this right here. I don't think it makes a new high. Actually, from 15. it's one of those kind of deals where I'm risking their money right now, not mine. So why not take what I feel like is a good A plus setup. All the liquidity was taken at the top. All of it. There's literally nothing left. So why go back up? Possible, but not. Well, I don't get many opportunities to catch it like this. So we'll see. There's a trade called fading the end, and it talks about this kind of setup right here, where once it does this in the last hour, after the 3 o'clock candle, you take the first down candle or whatever, end of day drift, exactly, and it will drift, right? Drift down all the way down here in the last hour. So if I can catch a piece of that, I would be really happy. All right, Kaizen, take care. And this is normal to get the consolidation after this, and then it will.
Okay,
It's
bye.
either going to take it back up, or we'll get a nice move back down. Okay, boy, take care. Don't let your meat loaf. All right, Mason, later. All right. I always say, I pretend like I'm the market maker. Where would I drive the market right now if I was behind the wheel? I wouldn't go up here just to get Mark's money. I'd be down here trying to get everybody else's stuff down here. And, more often than not, when it's obvious like this, I'm so far ahead on these kind of trades that, I'm not going to sweat it if it doesn't go my way. But this is like a no-brainer to me, taking these. I've got other shit to do, though, so I should have thought about that, but it is what it is. Here we are. Equal highs. I hope not. Yeah, it is. Crap. I didn't see what this line was. Well, that's not great, but for some reason I thought that was like one of my lines that I drew. I probably wouldn't have done that just out of habit, not wanting to short equal highs. But I'm pretty sure it wicked over the close, which, yeah, it did. I take that as a stronger. I'd have felt worse about it if the body wasn't touched yet, but end of day drift. That's right. What's that? Baobab? Never take care of it before? What are you talking about? The end of the session? What's Matty got going here? Oh yeah. Yep, good job. That's on NQ. Right on. Getting paid. Brave Monk, good to see you. Danny Giraldo, how's it going? KK001, welcome. Just kind of catching the end right now. Yep, welcome. I'll give this a couple more minutes. I'm not gonna ride it all the way to 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I hate that that's equal highs. I'd feel a lot better if it wasn't, but it is what it is. It's still fine. Caught a nice fire move, and then I jumped back in on the short. I was kicking myself for not jumping in right up here. That's a perfect time to do it because it's not going to extend. You know, I mean, I shouldn't say it's not going to. Just that's not what I normally see. You know. But the big, fast, energetic wick up would have been an immediate short or reversal once it, you know, TP'd right here. And then I could have at least already caught, you know, a good piece of that move. I'd probably already been out. Yeah, I would have. So just a note for next time. Fire move for me is over 90%. I've got some stats on it. So in the playbook, I've kept track of, you know, my trades all the way back to June, and I sort this by model. And then find fire move. So this is what it was then. I've taken a lot more than this that are either on evals that I was, you know, trying to pass or whatever. These are my serious trades that I'm, you know, that I track. There's a lot of them that I don't. Like I'm not tracking this one today. I don't track my cash account really because it's sort of a in between kill time. You know, I'm not going to judge myself too harshly on it. Here's a couple more fire moves here. So. Okay, Maddie, take care. Like I said, I'd like to trade this and only this. I could see myself doing that. No problem. If you're just looking for 5 points a day, you know, like ICT says, find 5 handles. Right. I'm never going to shake that now. It doesn't help that I put it in my name, but I went to somebody else's Discord today and I had to explain why I had Robinhood next to my name. I didn't want them to think I named myself, I guess. That's always kind of weird, you know, you give yourself a nickname. But if someone else does it, then it's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. It's cool. And since we named the strategy after it, it worked out. It could have been something a lot worse, or you know, actually it's a pretty cool name, but some of the ones we were kicking around were kind of cringe. Well, it doesn't look like we're drifting too much, but believe it or not, this is I've exited before and then watched it go straight to my TP. So as long as it's not coming against me, putting me in a lot of deep drawdown, going, you know, straight the other way, I'm content to just sit here and see if it breaks, you know, with energy to the downside. Once it does, then I'll stay in and I'm good. I know where it's going. But if it just keeps doing this and, you know, piddling back and forth for another 15, 20 minutes, then obviously that's not it. I used to cut the trades right at 4 o'clock because I was used to being on a broker who wouldn't let me trade past 4 o'clock, you know, on stocks and crypto for whatever reason. I guess that's when that market closed. Futures stays open maybe an hour later. Yeah, just go to YouTube maybe. It's basically, you know, the market will kind of just fade in one direction after a certain point. And if you watch, it's not 100%, but there are times like when the liquidity is in the right place and you're looking at it like now, I could definitely see it drifting down. So that on top of the fact that we just took that all-time high and all that kind of made me think it was worth it to take a shot. So yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, but there are times when if you have that in the back of your mind and you see it and you're like, hey, yeah, this could be an end of day drift, then, you know, that's a trade. And for me, these are like so much easier than, you know, I sit here all day trying to find a trade sometimes, a silver bullet or an OTE or something, back and forth, watching, not knowing, you know, and then you get to the end of the day and there's these couple opportunities where, you know, it just kind of does the same thing in a pattern. It's a lot easier on me to take these trades. But now that I have that scalp, that helps also kind of kill the time in between while I'm waiting for something. I feel like I can scalp responsibly and take A+ scalps rather than taking B- OTE trades, you know, or hoping a breaker holds or whatever. Yeah, there's just not enough pulling it up right now versus, you know, if you the liquidity is a magnet on both sides right now, and the bigger magnet's on the bottom in my opinion, but nothing is 100%. So it has to have the appearance of randomness, otherwise we would all figure it out and we would load up on certain opportunities that repeat over and over that are obvious. There's a lot of repetition, but it's not always obvious. Give it a couple more minutes. Look for a little baby Judas right here, a little pop up, and then a drop. If I don't get that, then I'm just going to exit and not make as much money as I could have. But like I said, it's not all about the money. All right, YouTube, have a good day. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch this. Well, actually, you probably just turned it off anyway, so who knows? Maybe something interesting will happen at the end. We'll let it roll. Finally got another video. I built that channel for the fire move, and then I haven't really been putting any videos in there. I've been taking the trades. I keep forgetting to record it, so at least we got one here. And this is a good one to record because of the way, you know, the way it worked out. This is pretty indicative of how it happens often. Okay, take care. So hopefully this is the last move up and we get a, you know, pullback or a dump right here. If that doesn't happen, then it's going after these equal highs again, and I'll exit in profit a little bit anyway. I'm not going to take a full, you know, 0 day. Yeah, I mean it shouldn't come even up here. It swept right there, you know, this little bit right here. Usually when it does this, the sweeps are like a tick or two. You don't get a big impulse the other way. It's going sideways, it'll pop up a tick or two, and then if it's going to turn around, then it just turns around. Okay, nice having you. Hope it was beneficial. Come back and see us. I'll be back here tomorrow. Good part of the day, probably. As long as it's not, coming against me, in the back of my mind, I'm like, there's a chance. There's a chance, right? There's a chance. So there's no reason, everybody's packing it up, leaving the office right now. Mark's still here trying to catch this, catch this move. All right, 9, take it easy. We ran the buy side a little bit. If we can run the sell side here, see what happens. The drift should be down, drifting down. CAC to R. Haven't seen you in a minute. Welcome back. Feli Le Recu. I know I didn't say that right, but welcome. Just catching the end of the day right here. In a trade, trying to see what happens. So how did everybody do today? If you had a green day, let me know. If you had a red day, let me know. Sounds like it was pretty rough on some people. Okay, Art, take it easy, man. And I don't doubt it. I mean, all that sideways stuff, that's not very ideal, for sure. 3 trades and break even. I don't know. Tomorrow's Friday. Maybe we can light it up. We got these equal tops here. If it drops and just kind of coast over the night, we could end up for a lovely shot tomorrow. Those are nice, 2 nice equal tops. I don't know how many people are actually sitting with stop losses up here right now, but algorithmically, if that's something that attracts, price, then that's, too clean. Yeah, that's what it's all about. I told somebody, I posted the other day, a lot of trading is just outlasting the learning curve, If you come in gangbusters and sized up and you're not really concerned about your capital, you don't have anything. Someone else said if you want to play, you got to have chips to put in the table or something. You got to have the chips to play. So if you go all in too many times and too soon, pretty soon you just don't have anything to use anymore. And that's how people get knocked out of trading. So profitability is within all of our reach if we can just take the time, be patient, refine our process, learn from our mistakes, keep pushing forward, making good decisions, things like that. Eventually, it's there for us. But you got to be able to outlast that learning curve. And it's pretty steep in this. And then you got the psychology on top of it. That's another battle in itself. So I want to see it at least run these stops at the bottom. I know they don't look like much, but it's equal bottoms right here. It's probably going to come back down here and give me a shot at some break even. That's my guess before it comes back up here. So that's my point of no return right there. Yes, exactly. Sticking to rules. I told somebody else, try to be more passionate about following rules than you are about money. Get more mad about rules than you do about losing trades, right? If losing trades affects you bad, you need to find a way to where following rules, breaking your rules makes you feel bad, and use that as a mechanism somehow. Shift your thinking. It works. I mean, I've conditioned myself to think like that enough to where I start looking at my trades in a different way, thinking, well, how am I going to feel if I lose this? And I know in my heart how I'm going to feel, because I either did something wrong, I rushed, I FOMO'd, I guessed, I didn't check off all the boxes, and it gets to the point where I kind of grade myself before I'm going to take the trade as it's setting up. I'm like, I know this might work, but I also know how I would feel if it didn't because of this, that, and the other. And then I don't take the trade. Whether it wins or not is immaterial. I executed based on the best information, the best outcome for me, which is not to make myself feel shitty. Yeah, right. I've got that too on my, I grade myself like a 1 to 10 on several different categories. On the stuff I keep track of, like I said, I'm not keeping track of a lot of these because they're just, I don't know. I feel like I kind of journal them in the Discord by putting them in different places. I can always go back and find them and look at stuff. But when I start trading my PAs every trade, because that's serious business to me, the PAs. When I start trading those, then every trade gets equal attention. This right here, my grades, my comments, what it was, what I did, how I felt, everything. And then I use this to, that's my, trading conscience, I guess, if you will. here, boy. Come here. Come here. Prince, come on. Yeah. Fancy boy. I got JJ in here too. What are you doing? Yeah. Have a picture of ICT on your desk, right? It wouldn't hurt. He's kind of thrown off sometimes, but some of the stuff he says is, all right, Greg, take care. Some of the stuff he says gets in my head, and I'm like, man, he's been there. He's been there. He says things that tells you he's battled some of the demons that we fight. It wasn't all cake for him. I think one of the coolest things he said was when I found out that there were times when he started within the first few years where he had to wait on his next paycheck to get back into the market. And it wasn't once, right? I mean, that was like a cycle that he went through where he would blow up and no money, have to, work your job, get your paycheck, put a couple $100 in, get back in the market. If that happened to him, then, there's hope for all of us. Hey, what's up, Schmendel? Schmendel? I can't pronounce that very well. Welcome. You only have one vowel in your name and 7 consonants. Nighthawk 16, did I holler you out yet? Welcome. I think you've been here before. Yeah, yeah. Yep, you bet. Good to see you. Kind of caught the end. We had a good session. Caught the move we were looking for. Not what we hoped for when we sat down, but the move still appeared and did what it was supposed to do. So that's what counts. Being able to predict that just on a regular basis is so great for my trading. I can't tell you. If I didn't have that, it would be harder for me to have confidence that I can do this, because this is just something that no matter what, if I get in a jam, I get in drawdown, I have problems, I know I can just relax and just take this trade over and over and over, nothing else, until I get myself out of the hole. It's like an ace in the hole, and it helps my mindset knowing that it's there. So I can be a little bit more loose with trading, knowing that if I absolutely had to, I could pull my ass out of the fire from just about anywhere. I wouldn't be able to take a lot of trades, but I could work my way out. So I'm just trying to get this break even. I know it's going to come down here eventually before 4 o'clock. And here's how hard-headed I am, right? I could just get out and be down, $15 from one trade to the other, but no, I know where it's going. I want the win, or the break even at least. Obviously, I wouldn't do that with size and PAs and all that. We're talking about $10, $20. Okay, Ian, take care. One day with an eval, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to scalp this back and forth when it starts going sideways like this at the end of the day, trying to catch a tick over and over and over, like when it's at the top of the little range there. Catch a tick or two coming down with like 8 contracts. Right? I mean, you know how much money I would have made right here just in this range? If it doesn't give me the drift that I'm looking for, and this is going to be the alternative. 1, 2, 3 ticks up and back over and over and over at least, and it's coming back down here, and then it's coming back up here. I wonder if you can do that. actually we got picked up a little volume, 100 and something contracts. No drift today, straight freaking sideways.